Paul Harvey, you know who that is?
Sure.
So he
Paul
did a
Harvey,
thing
that's the name.
back in the 60s or 70s, and he equated it to the devil. But he did a radio piece on how to destroy America, the social fabric of it.
Wow.
And it's as though somebody just took America, the social fabric of America from the late 60s to today. And the timeline of the things that he said. It's pretty wicked. It's pretty powerful.
Wow.
If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills.
Wow.
If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild.
Wow.
Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
Holy shit.
Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion.
So far, does this sound like Democrats to you? Keep it a buck. We're not done. But so far, this sounds like the Democratic Party to you, don't it? Yep. Yep. It's not only the Democrat Party, though. Keep that a buck. It's both sides. It's Republicans and Democrats. It's politicians overall, and they really show their hand when they become in power. Like right now, the conservatives are in power. Republicans run it all. They're getting stuff done. But if you think about some of this stuff they're doing, this is the reason why I voted for Trump. This is the reason why I voted the way I voted, because everything he's saying right now, that's what the Democrats was trying to do. Up was down, left was right was wrong. They're making us feel like we are the bad guys for trying to correct the ship. And they're even changing things, kicking God out of schools, kicking God out of the courthouse, kicking God out of everything, kicking God out of Congress so that they can be able to do whatever they want to do. Christians right now are going back and forth with each other when you used to have someone else of another religion convince us that our God was not real. Now you have actual Christians who are debating with one another, saying that God was man-made. God was man-made. Not only was God man-made, but God was white man-made. The white man created Christianity so that he can control his slaves. See, look at this scripture right here. It says that a slave should obey his slave owner. A slave should obey his owner. Who else will say that? Who else was slaves? We clearly know that it was only black people who were slaves. So that's one thing that they want to say. But we already know, too. We know, those of us who are smart enough to think and do our own research, we know that black people were not the only slaves. We also know that the United States was the first country to get rid of slavery, and other countries kept doing it, and some of them still do it. So let's keep that in mind. So the way that he's setting this thing up and knocking it down, man, shout out to this brother. He was before his time. All right, we got more.
And from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious.
Ooh.
And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states.
Hold on, wait a minute. He said, if I were the devil, I would take from those who have and give to those who want it, and kill the ambition and kill people with ambition. So for people who want to do better, but feel like I can earn it myself, that's dead in the water. If you're busting your tail trying to strive for what's next or greatness or to take care of your family, but then you see every time I achieve this goal or complete this next mission, or I move up to the next level because of everything that I worked for, there's somebody right beside me who was handed it. Like it was just given to them. They didn't have to work for it. And then you start paying attention like, yo, if they just getting it handed to them, what's the point of me busting my ass? What's the point of me really going after it? What's the point of me, bleeding for it, sweating for it, fighting for it? What's the point? And earlier on in the conversation, he was talking about how how family members would start going against family members for simply disagreeing. And a lot of you already know that family members were just completely like brothers and sisters beefing with each other, like ready to unalive each other, ready to just act like they don't even exist simply because they voted for Trump. I don't know any conservatives who have Democrat or liberal or left-leaning family members that voted for Kamala, and that conservative told that Democrat, don't talk to me no more. I don't know you. I don't want you around me. None of that. And it was the Democrats that was making our men all want to be gay. It was the Democrats that was saying that women are not women. Women are those people, whoever identifies as a woman. It was Democrats that was going after our children. It was Democrats that was bringing in illegals by the millions, by the tens of millions, and completely disregarding Americans and hurting our country one fabric at a time. It was Democrats that was doing that. But conservatives was not saying that for y'all voting for Kamala or for y'all believing in this, we don't want to talk to you anymore. No, it was like, no, let me tell you that there's a better way. Let me tell you that Christ is still king. Let me tell you that God is still good. Let me tell you that our country is still the number one country in the world. But Democrats don't even want to hear that. To them, that comes off as arrogant. It comes off as believing that we're better than other people. It's a team. We're a team. It's running a nation is a team sport. It's not about one person. It's not about 10. It's not about conservatives alone, and it's not about Democrats alone. It's not about black people. It's not about white people. It's about all of us as a collective bringing something to the table. You know, as ants, we get out there and we work together, and then we can eat together. We get out there and we strive for more together, and then we can thrive together. But that's not how they wanted things. Everything became a black versus white issue, white versus black issue, left versus right issue, red versus blue issue, Crip versus blood type of mentality. It's the same sugar honey iced tea that people in urban communities have, where they lose their damn minds and they start fighting over property that don't belong to them. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but the Democrats will cover it up. The Democrats will blame other people. The Democrats will say the reason why these black kids are shooting each other is because of racism and white supremacy. The reason why they are out there selling drugs to their neighbors, their friends, parents, and uncles and aunts, and pregnant women is because they didn't have anything else to do. They don't have any other options. They are products of their environment. Removing all accountability and giving them all excuses in the world to continue to tear down their nation. That's unfortunate. So that's what the Democrats stand for. That's that effed up mentality that we need to move away from. If Satan was running this country, he'll do it exactly the same way the Democrats was. And they act like, oh man, we give everybody everything. We're socialist minded. We have a heart for people. We want to make sure everybody can participate and everybody wins. That's not real life. Everybody should contribute. Everybody should love everyone, regardless of their race, their sex, all of that. So, all right, let's continue. I just really wanted to show y'all this joint because I thought this is spot on.
Egg and the symbol of Christmas, a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
What year was that?
It was 65, but...
Holy sh**.
1965.
That's amazing. 65. Wow. April 3rd, 1965. Paul?
Now, here's the thing. This was in 1965 when he put this out. 1965. Think about this. This was in 1965, before the drug epidemic, before it became over-the-top positive, profitable for people to get out there on their blocks and destroy them, passing out crack for free, getting people hooked. Come back and see me if you like what you try. Obviously, you're going to like what you try. And you know who still use that? Costco, Sam's, BJ's, all of those big lot stores, those big, huge warehouse type of stores. When you walk around there, they got free samples of everything. Free samples, because they know only thing I got to get you to do is taste it. I just got to get you to just taste this one time. And people are still doing that. Somebody just now went to Baltimore handing out random ass drugs. And then guess what? Random people started trying those random drugs, and many people got sick and a few people died. Many people got hospitalized and a few people died. So this stuff is not new. What's happening right now is not new at all. And whenever you talk to somebody that's from the inner city, impoverished communities, underserved communities, there's a whole bunch of ways to communicate about that. The responsibility is still not there. Like, people still are pushing the blame on somebody else. And in anything in life, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If we try to put blame on someone in order to support our lack, or to say that it's because this thing is happening to us, knowing good and well that we played a part in it, we played a very good role in it, we will never get better as a community. Like, it don't just stop with that one individual. It becomes a cancer. When you see one person not accept responsibility, you see 2, then you see 10, then you see 20, then you see thousands, and then you see millions. That's how that works. And that's what they're allowing. That's what we allow. We're allowing that right now, if you think about it. When it comes to this whole trafficking of persons, this whole taking advantage of young children and young adults, and not trying to put blame on anyone. Why? Because everybody's complicit. Everybody's complicit. Oh man, now I can't get you in trouble because I'm in trouble. It's like getting a cop to try drugs, and now that he tried drugs with the drug dealer, he can no longer report the drug dealer unless he do some dirty business and try to do it the wrong way, because now he's complicit. As soon as we drop our character, our integrity in order to blend in with this world, then we no longer have a leg to stand on. The Bible says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds. That's what we're supposed to do. We need to transform our minds, have a different way of thinking, and understand that we have a broader role. We have a bigger role. Our gifts, our talents, they're not only for us. They're to help somebody else. They're to contribute to the whole of this nation, the whole of this world. We are not to be all super selfish with the gifts that we have. Most people will use their gifts to get whatever they want. That's why you got so many women blowing up all over social media, simply because they got a fat ass and nice titties and a flat stomach. They got thick lips. They got clear skin. And now they are getting paid out the tail for simply being pretty, for simply being sexual beings, for simply putting themselves out there and saying that you can have this if you play your cards right. And YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, every single platform definitely bows down to them. That's why you have women around the world who don't feel like they have to have anything else in their bag but their sexuality in order to get them what they want. And that's not coming from anywhere. I mean, it's not like you would say that they're delusional for believing that, but it's our fault for paying for it. It's our fault for paying for it. We pay for it with our time. We pay for it with our likes and our support and our sharing. We pay for it with our dollars. Prostitution is still huge. Strip clubs are not closing down. As a matter of fact, more and more and more are opening up. These things are still happening. The ways of Satan is still thriving throughout this world, throughout this nation. In some states, they got the prostitutes out there like literally half naked, like on the street corners. I'm talking about on major highways. And some streets are known for the prostitution. Like, man, I'm about to drive down there just to see. Don't nobody care anymore. What, they think that people with children in their car are never going to go down that road? You think I want my innocent child to just see somebody with their ass and titties out all the time? No. But because of social media, you can see it on a 24/7 basis. You can see as much porn you want to see. You can see as much skin from men and women that you want to see. And no one's the wiser. I think Satan is doing a hell of a job in building up this world. That's why it's important that you and I'm talking about the people who believe in God, believe in Christ, believe in the Holy Trinity. All right. It's our job to continue to be the light in the darkness, because we're definitely in the darkness right now. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.